Welcome back to Footballology. This week I want to give you guys my division winners and losers for the 2015 and 16 season. I really hope you guys enjoy this, so let's get right into it. First on my list is the AFC North. A lot of people look at this division and they don't see it no longer as one of the tougher divisions in the NFL, and mainly because of a lot of the defenses in this division are kind of been taking a decline, like Baltimore and like Pittsburgh. But I really still see this as one of the tougher divisions, if not the toughest division, just because of those two teams. My winner for the AFC North is going to be the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, when I say that, a lot of people are probably like, what? Are you crazy? After watching Thursday night's game, Pittsburgh versus New England, that made this decision that much easier. Pittsburgh defense is just not what it used to be, and they're taking that decline like Baltimore's defense did a few years back, and where the offense is just more high power, and that's just what Pittsburgh is becoming. And it's crazy because you don't know Pittsburgh as that. But I just see Cincinnati as the more balanced team in this division. When you look at it, they have an average quarterback. Andy Dalton is not an above average quarterback. They do have, in my opinion, an elite receiver in A.J. Green. They have a lot of weapons on the offense with A.J. Green and Andy Dalton as well. And then also, I feel like they have one of the more consistent defenses in this division. I just think that they're going to have actual opportunity to win this division when it comes down to the end of the year. That's it. I'm not sure about the playoffs, but I definitely feel like the AFC North belongs to the Cincinnati Bengals as of right now. My loser of the AFC North is the Cleveland Browns. Now, the reason why I picked them, it's not because lack of talent. It's the fact that you guys just don't give yourself a chance to develop any stars. You don't give yourself a chance to get anybody to come in there and have an opportunity to win a starting job and keep their starting job. If they get a starting job, they ship out, a.k.a. Trent Richardson. I love Trent Richardson. I think he's one of the better running backs in the NFL, and I'm going to keep saying that. Or I guess he's no longer in the NFL. But when he was, his rookie year with Cleveland, I felt like that was his home. That's where he belonged. But, Cleveland shipped him out, and that made no sense. Last year, they drafted Terrence West, and he's supposed to come in and be really good. And, he came in, and he looked fairly decent, in some games, but he was a rookie. We expected that. Then they ship him out to Tennessee this year. You guys don't give anybody a chance to actually develop and win on that team. Joe Thomas is still there, and you guys are fortunate enough to have an all-pro left tackle like him. Y'all might as well just ship him out. Give him an opportunity to finish his career on a high note, because you guys are just hurting yourselves and you're hurting the team. So Cleveland Browns are my losers for the AFC North this year, and probably next year too. I don't see it. Next on my list is the NFC North. I really like this division. I think it's a really strong, high-powered division. Offense carries this division. You got the Bears, in my opinion, which, a few years back, you can say that they had the best defense in this division. And really, when you look at this division, you just see nothing but offense. You see, 4 quarterbacks that you can probably rely on to win you a game, and that's it. With that being said, my winner of the NFC North is going to be the Green Bay Packers. They have the best quarterback in the NFL. I believe that Aaron Rodgers is that. He can win you games with practically almost anything out there. I probably can go play receiver. You probably can go play receiver for Green Bay and probably have a 1,000-yard season. But I do believe that with Aaron Rodgers standing tall in the pocket, you have a chance to win your 11 to 12 games. And that's what's considered a franchise quarterback. Aaron Rodgers is a franchise quarterback, and he's guaranteed you get those 12 games. And with that being said, he's going to win the division for the Green Bay Packers. I just don't see anyone taking it away from him. And then on top of that, their defense is young, but it is coming up, and it looks really good. You get Julius Peppers for another year. You got Clay Matthews still. They got a lot of pieces out there that I think are going to start to mold together this year. And this defense is probably going to be sneaky good. They're probably one of the defenses that are going to creep up into the top 15, almost to the top 10. My loser of the NFC North is going to be the Chicago Bears. You guys just don't have enough defense for me to actually buy into you. You don't have that one defender, nonetheless, that I'm really fear of. You got Jared Allen, and I'm a huge Jared Allen fan from him coming from Kansas City. But you guys do have some other good pieces out there. You just don't have that one guy that I feel like every Sunday a team has to plan for and has to worry about. Offensively, you got Alshon Jeffrey as your number one receiver, and I don't think he was ready for that position yet. I don't think he was really ready for that role or to take over that role. And then with Kevin White going down, that really puts more pressure on him and more pressure on Jay Cutler. So you have some decent offensive pieces out there, don't get me wrong. I just don't see it being enough to take over the NFC North with Minnesota and Detroit. Next on my list is the AFC South. I really like this division. It's a division of potential, and that's what it really comes down to. My winner of the AFC South is going to be the Indianapolis Colts, and that's a give me. You have number 12 back there guaranteeing you 12 games every year, and that's it. I mean, you can't take that away from Andrew Luck, and I know that defensively the Indianapolis Colts aren't scary, but neither was Indianapolis defense scary when number 18 was back there. So does it really matter? As long as you have a good quality quarterback, that's Indianapolis blueprint. It doesn't matter as long as we have a franchise quarterback. That's their slogan. Now this is where I'm going to start losing a lot of people. Yes, my loser of the AFC South is the Tennessee Titans. I know Jacksonville is the worst team in the league, and they seem like they're always going to be the worst team in the league, but I just don't see it this year. Tennessee's defense is on the up and coming. Like it is. With Dick LeBeau being at the helm, that defense is only going to get better game in and game out, and I guarantee you that. But I just don't see it being enough right away this year to give Tennessee a chance to even win this division or even to come second place in this division. Yes, second place. First place is already locked up. And I think Jacksonville is going to place third in this division. And that's what's going to happen. Houston's going to be your number 2 just because of their defense. But Tennessee, I just don't see it just yet. You guys have to start molding and gelling together. And once that starts to happen, this team is probably going to be one of those teams that are going to challenge Indianapolis year in and year out for that division win. Next, I have the NFC East. Now, this division is it's one of those tricky divisions. You never really can pick anybody in this division until week 17 in the fourth quarter with 2 minutes to go. That's when you pick the winner of this division because that's how it comes down every year. But my winner of this division is going to be the Philadelphia Eagles. And the reason why I say that is Chip Kelly. I don't buy Chip Kelly and I don't buy the whole college spread and everything, but it works and it works and it works. And it irritates me that it works, but it works. And I just feel like Philadelphia this year is going to have a really strong opportunity to get everything in place. You see Chip Kelly making the moves that he wants to make to put the players that he wants in place. And once that happens as a head coach or as a GM, you feel like you can win all 16 games and go all the way to the Super Bowl and win undefeated. And I think that's the confidence that Chip Kelly is going to start coaching with, and that's going to be the confidence that he starts instilling into his players. So I definitely could see Philadelphia winning the NFC East this year. My loser of the NFC East is going to be the Washington Redskins. I just don't think they have enough offensive fire weapon to go up against some of the teams in the division, and they definitely don't have the defensive power that they need to go up against some of the teams in their division. So when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, Washington Redskins are going to place last. Hopefully Jay Gruden gets to keep his job for one more year because next year, Washington Redskins might be a team to be reckoned with. Next, I have the AFC West. Now, this is really hard for me to do because I'm a huge Chiefs fan. So for all my haters out there and for everyone that's watching this video right now, yes, you can go and comment now that I'm a biased punk and all that because my winner of this division is the Chiefs. The reason why I'm picking the Chiefs is because this is our only year to win this division. If we don't gel together and we don't come together like we're supposed to this year, we're never going to see this division title again. This is our year to win this division and some. With Denver Broncos and the aging Peyton Manning, I'm not saying Peyton Manning's on a decline. I don't think Peyton Manning can ever be on a decline. The mental part of his game will always help his physical part of his game. So he can never be on a decline. I think what's going to hurt Denver is their offensive line. You look at our division's tough, and I just don't see Denver having enough to actually block for Peyton Manning. San Diego is on the decline. They are on the decline. They don't have enough power, enough skill positions. And Oakland Raiders, they're on the rise, and that scares me. They're not ready yet, but that scares me. So my division losers are going to be the San Diego Chargers. Yes, the San Diego Chargers. Like I said, they're on the decline right now. I know you have Phillip Rivers, and that's all good and buttery. But I've never seen you guys have a number one receiver. Yes, even including Vincent Jackson. You guys have never had that number one stud on the outside that can really fear a defense. Antonio Gates was your biggest stud. and your biggest guy that, everybody was like, got a game plan for Antonio Gates. Everybody else, we're going to single up and let them beat us if the case is that. Defensively, you guys just can't stay healthy. If you stay healthy defensively, yeah, you could be decent. But I just don't see enough from San Diego this year to the point where they can even compete with Oakland. Yes, Oakland. Oakland, with their young talent, with Jack Del Rio being in-house, and I know Jack Del Rio has had his chance at the head coaching position before, but I think it's going to be enough stability at that position and enough attitude to keep that team in check. And with some of the veterans that they have on there, like a Justin Tuck and a Charles Woodson on that defense, and then Khalil Mack, that dude just hungry. He wants to eat and win. So with all those guys being on that defense, I think it's going to bring a lot of more attitude and a lot more competitiveness to that team. And a lot of people are overlooking Oakland, but I am personally worried about Oakland even placing second in our division. Like I said, the Chiefs, this is our year, but Oakland is on the rise. And if we don't take it now, Oakland will take it next year. Next, I have the NFC West. Now, this division is considered the toughest division in the NFL right now. I still consider it as the second toughest division in the NFL. I remember, only a few years back, I'm not exact year for some reason, and I should know this, but I know a few years back, this was considered the worst division in the NFL. Now, all of a sudden, it's like, oh no, don't play the NFC West, because if you do, then you're going to, die or something. It's just something crazy. My division winner is the Seattle Seahawks. This is too easy to pick. I just don't see enough from any other team to take it from Seattle. You got to take it from Seattle. They're not going to give it to you. Okay, no pun intended. But they're not just going to give up the division to you. You got to take it from them. With Marshawn Lynch, Russell Wilson, I mean, they just obviously the pieces. We all know who they are. And you got to come in. You got to fight for it. If you don't, then, you're just not going to get it. My division losers for the NFC West is going to be the San Francisco 49ers. And the reason why is because they don't have that offense to scare anyone. And I'm not saying you got to have a high-powered offense nowadays, because me personally, I believe in a strong defense can take you all the way and back. But they don't have any of the defensive players that they need. They don't have any of the offensive players that they need. I like the Jared Haney guy that they just got from the rugby dude. I think he's going to make a difference, and he's probably going to win them a game or two. I can see him winning them a game or two. But I just don't see the San Francisco 49ers having enough offensively to actually dominate and actually worry teams that, come the fourth quarter. I mean, when you look at it, think about the San Francisco 49ers 2 years ago. They had that team that can grind you all the way to the fourth quarter and come out with a win, regardless. You just couldn't out-physical them. Now, I just don't see them being that. I think they're getting a little bit too finesse, and I think they're hurting themselves. And I just don't see where this team is going right now. I don't see this team having any direction as of right now. Next, I have the AFC East. This division, to me, is going to be a really tough division to pick. It's extremely tough. You have three defenses that I think are going to be high-power defenses and really hard to play against. And then you got the Patriots. And the Patriots just have phenomenal coaching, and you can never count them out. Yes, my division winners for the AFC East is the Miami Dolphins. I know after Thursday night, everyone's thinking Tom Brady is the best thing ever, and he cannot be stopped, and he's playing with a chip on his shoulder. I agree. I completely agree with you. I don't take that away from you at all. But I just think Miami is the most balanced team in this division. They have solid defense, and they have, I think, a solid offense, like almost not excellent, but right there on the brink of an excellent offense. And they can give a lot of teams fits this year. So I'm picking the Miami Dolphins to win the AFC East. Now, picking a loser for this division is really, really tough. And the reason why is because they're all can be division losers, but they all can be division winners. Like, it's crazy. I went with the Jets, and the reason why I went with the Jets is I don't think they're going to have enough offensive firepower to keep up with like a New England or to keep up with Miami or maybe even Buffalo. Buffalo's going to have a couple of trick plays to put up some points, and then their defense is going to come out and dominate. I just don't think the Jets have enough offense to run with some of those teams or run with some of the teams on their schedule as well. Next, I have the NFC South. Now, this division last year was the worst division in NFL, and I feel like it can almost be another one of those years for this division, or it could potentially be one of those divisions that are on the rise to be one of the tougher divisions. My division winner for the NFC South is going to be the New Orleans Saints, and the reason why I'm picking them is because I think they're going to go back to that ground and pound game, and they're really going to start getting back to running the ball. But not only that, the free agent acquisitions that they had last year and some that they had this year are coming together, and they're going to start gelling together. And that defense is going to be something to wreck with. At first, my division winner was the Atlanta Falcons, but I started to run down the roster and run down the schedule and things like that. And I think the Saints can actually take this division. My division loser is going to be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And the reason I went with them over the Carolina Panthers is because I think Carolina's just, they're a little bit more seasoned. They're a little bit more older. So they know what they're getting at. Tampa Bay is still trying to find themselves. Jameis Winston is going to have a decent year. And in about 2 or 3 years, Tampa Bay's offense is going to be one of those offenses you don't want to match up on with every coming Sunday. Their defense, Tampa Bay's, I just don't see it being there just yet. They just don't have that identity that they need to actually dominate games. And they just need to figure out how they want to attack other teams and how they want to attack the ball every Sunday. All right, there you have it. My division winners, losers. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, if you made it this far, that's good. I know it's going to be a really lengthy video, but I'm glad you guys watched all the way through. To find out where your team actually placed, if I didn't mention your team, I'm going to put all the full listings in the comment section or in the description box below. And just comment who you think should win the division or win your division if I got it wrong or if I got it right. All right, follow me on Twitter. I'm going to be tweeting out my lineups for my upcoming Sunday games. I only had one person play Thursday night, and that was Heath Miller. Go Heath. So, yeah, follow me on Twitter at KBKC79. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, become a footballologist, and I'll see you guys next week. Deuces, football fans.